Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. Usually the Daily Fix just brings you 2 editions per day. But at this particular point in time, I'm motivated to bring you yet another edition. I just can't wait for tomorrow. Breaking news on social media is that Paul O'Sullivan, the well-known forensic investigator, is linked to Cat Matlala. That Cat Matlala has made some payments to O'Sullivan's Forensics for Justice. The exact amount has not been disclosed, but there is clearly that financial connection between Cat Matlala and O'Sullivan. Let me just leave that for one moment and also go back to the connections between O'Sullivan and General Shadrach Sibia. In the Madanga Commission, during his testimony, General Hlanhla Mkhwanazi disclosed that, in fact, O'Sullivan is a friend of General Shadrach Sibia. So now if you put the dots together, you can see why O'Sullivan has been making such a relentless attack on General Hlanhla Mkhwanazi ever since Mkhwanazi made those damning revelations on the 6th of July. You know, while some of us expected that O'Sullivan, as a forensic investigator, would have come on the side of Mkhwanazi, he came out guns blazing and even made some very threatening comments that Mkhwanazi would regret whatever it was that he was saying and that his days in the police force were numbered. O'Sullivan went on to tarnish Mkhwanazi's image and said, in fact, Mkhwanazi is a criminal, together with National Commissioner of Police Fani Masemola. O'Sullivan alleged without any substantiation that Mkhwanazi had been on an overseas trip together with Masemola with a police supplier. And upon their return to South Africa, each one was issued with a lady's Louis Vuitton bag worth in the region of something like 70,000 to 100,000 rands. Presumably these ladies' Vuitton bags were intended for their wives. So these are some of the allegations that Paul O'Sullivan has been coming up to tarnish the image of both Masemola and Mkhwanazi, but with this major focus on Mkhwanazi. So now there's a clear link here why O'Sullivan has been, relentlessly trying to undo the narrative that Mkhwanazi has placed all over, has thrust all over the headline. It would appear then that because Mkhwanazi is clearly pursuing the likes of Cat Matlala, or pursued the likes of Cat Matlala, such that Cat Matlala now is in custody, this has wrapped up Paul O'Sullivan the wrong way. So if this claims that he received his forensics for justice, received some amounts of money, an undisclosed amount of money from Cat Matlala, these are very damning allegations. It really shows that Cat Matlala, was running the show financially. The minister of the suspended minister of police, since Mkunu was in his pocket, with Brian Mokhosi acting as a go-between. It's not very clear how O'Sullivan or his, Forensic for Justice organization received these funds from Matlala, but that link has been established. So this is why Sullivan was on a campaign to vilify Mkhwanazi and really bring him down those, if you take those threats that he has made seriously. Sullivan himself has promised that he will have his day before the Matlala Commission. And that will be a very interesting appearance there. Also in the light of now this latest link to Cat Matlala. But he has always said that he would like to come before the Matlala Commission and give his side of the story. And like I indicated, that would be very interesting because you want to see how it's going to field, questions about, this association with people like Cat Matlala. So if O'Sullivan is linked to Cat Matlala, that makes him, that really tarnishes his image as a forensics investigator and brings into doubt, the many allegations he has made because, O'Sullivan shoots from the hip about so many people. But if he's exposed at this particular point in time to have been, in the pocket of somebody like Cat Matlala, his image is in tatters. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the subscriptions, likes, and shares that I'm seeing. And have a nice evening.